Hi there guys, Sam here. Welcome to another video around my Golf R. I realised I hadn't actually done a walk around and actually kind of explained the spec and why I went for it really, so I kind of wanted to do a video on that and share it with you. So yeah, let's take a look around. So inside my my Golf R, so obviously you guys know plenty about it if you subscribed and if you viewed other videos. The whole channel is generally based around the Golf R and you know what it has to offer. But yeah, in terms of the spec and what I went for, so this car I didn't buy it brand new. This is a ex-demonstrator car. You know, I got it just under 3 months old actually, from a VW dealer up in Manchester. It had about 1,400 miles. So as good as new, as good as running, and obviously a fair amount of a discount as well from it not being brand new. Again, I've got one of my first videos kind of explaining about that. I wanted to go across the spec and what this car is, and in some ways it's the cheapest way you can get into a Golf R really. But the fundamentals are still there, the package is still there, and it's such a great car. So I've already gone around a bit of the paint and the bodywork on that side. The great thing about the Golf R, particularly the Mk7, this isn't a facelift. This is a 2017 car just before they introduced, you know, minor improvements with digital dash, and they also upped the power a little bit. A few other tweaks here and there. I believe the DSG has 7-speed gearbox and things like that. New lights. A little bit of a refresh, but not like a major change. So my car's a 3-door manual. Obviously, a lot of people go for the DSG gearbox, but you know, I went for a manual gearbox in this. That's kind of what I was looking for when I was test driving these cars. That's kind of what I wanted to go for. So really happy with my choice. Again, plenty of videos on that. And as standard, obviously a standard Golf R is a 3-door manual. So this is initially from like the kind of base spec, if that makes sense. I suppose options wise on this car, above standard first of all, is the metallic limestone grey paint, which I've kind of gone over a little bit. And some of the actual options which weren't options towards the end of its life is things like the winter pack, which includes heated seats. I think you get heated washer jets and included as well. That was something that wasn't standard early on. You also get sat nav as standard built in, which to be honest I don't massively use, but it's quite handy to have. Obviously if your phone can't pick up GPS signal or whatever, it's quite nice. But the great thing about the Golf R is it's so well equipped. Auto folding mirrors, dynamic cruise control. It's all included as standard. You know, you can change the valves and the exhaust from race mode to eco mode, so you can sort of quieten the car down. It's all part of the whole package. And again, going back to the exterior, the rear lights are tinted a little bit. You know, if you wanted tinted rear lights on your Porsche Cayman, you're paying like £600-700 just for that privilege. And it's just so nice that they sort of included it in the package, and it really does make it sort of shine. And that's most of my actual spec. Obviously it's a 4-wheel drive 300 brake horsepower car, but it's so much more than that. You know, I don't really talk about this car so much as being just a Golf. I generally talk about its performance and its whole usability. But as a Golf, it's really good. There's no real compromise. As standard, this Golf R, the suspension's lowered a little bit, so you get a little bit of a firmer ride, but again, for me, it's not too bad. When I was kind of initially looking for the car, I was generally thinking, oh, you know what, it'd be great to get dynamic chassis control. I've heard such great things about it. It will make the ride a lot more compliant. But it was very difficult to find that car, particularly on the used market. And that was tricky. Also, I was kind of keen on push button start. I've just got a key. That again was quite a hard to find option on the used market. And the ones that I did test drive, I actually didn't really find it massively game changing in terms of the decision to make a car. And I think the main fundamental thing that I was looking for was that the car was right. And the Golf R is really good, as you've seen from so many videos that I've done and put on, and you guys have supported as well. But my actual car is actually a very basic spec in some ways. If it didn't have metallic paint, it would absolutely be as standard could be. You can get 90% privacy glass. Mine's only got 65%, which was again standard. You get bi-xenon lights there, standard, really bright, really good. And obviously stuff like auto wipers, you get the washer jets on the lights as well. You get the 4 exhausts, they come as standard. Look really nice, shiny. And the whole package of the Golf is really nice actually. You get a bit of leather in the middle. I think that's cloth just on a normal Golf. Looks really nice, really sturdy. A lot of things are well built in this car. Like you get like velvet inlines in your door cards, which is good for long journeys. One thing about mine as well, because it was a very late Mark 7, I actually get a 7.5 mirror, which I've gone over before. Looks really nice, and yeah, really kind of complements the car. And when you're driving a car, what are the most important things that you kind of, you see and you touch? Steering wheel's got to be spot on. Leather steering wheel is really nice to look at. You got blue dials. It's so special. That's just your standard features of the Golf R. Pedals nicely spaced, really nice feel to them. Clutch is fine for manual. The buttons are really nice and well built to touch. But the rear view mirror is actually something, well, you should look at quite a lot. And it really does actually make the cabin even more airier. It's going back to the whole Golf thing. Visibility in this car is ridiculous. It's so good. It's so good that it makes it feel like an even smaller car, because you can kind of maneuver it really well. Turning circles ridiculous in this car. But focusing on the spec, it's pretty much a standard Golf R, and I've said it before, you can spec this car very highly. You can put a DSG, you get 5-door, you can get like an Akrapovic exhaust, you can get loads of little bits for it, which can up the price to anywhere from sort of 45,000 pounds, even higher. But I love the fundamentals of kind of cars. The package is always there, whatever Golf R you get. That sort of energy which the car has, and presence in some ways. It's in grey. It's a bit of a subtle colour, but I've cleaned it. I've used a few like products from Sonax and stuff like that, and it comes out really nice, and it does get some looks, and on the positive side. And with the exhaust all shined up, it does stand out. But at the same time, if you're not looking for those things, it can just sort of go under the radar, and that's kind of what I was looking for in the car. But some people would never even dream that this car's got 300 brake horsepower, 4-wheel drive, and is as crazy as it can be. But it does, and that sort of split personality is really cool. And it was when I was kind of looking to get the car, I was kind of like, there were so many other options. There's BMW M140s, Focus RSs, A45s, facelift, pre-facelift, all of which I test drove. And I actually kind of ruled the Golf R out of the running when I was kind of trying to choose the correct car, because I felt it wasn't as fun. Basically, I test drove a Focus RS and I was like, this car is awesome, forget a Golf R. But things fell into place really well with this car, and I couldn't be happier. And the fact that I'm over a year into ownership, and well, a year and a bit now, and it's still going strong, and it works so well as a daily, it works so well for commuting. It's yeah, I couldn't be happy with it, and I couldn't be happy with the spec that I kind of chose. I've done some sort of like perfect spec videos and stuff like that before, and sure, in 5-door it might suit in some cases, but for me, I don't have kids, friends, family can still comfortably get in the back of a 3-door. It's really spacious back there actually, and the seats are actually they're not too thick. My Fiesta ST previously had really thick Recaro seats, which made it a pretty nightmare, even on a small car, getting in and out of from the back. Whereas this is nice and easy. It's sort of Golf-like. They've built upon a package which was fundamentally really good, if slightly on the boring side for some people, but as a car it did the job. This turns everything up to 10. It's so much fun. It's got more power than you could ever want. Economy wise, I've been overly impressed with that. I never really expected to get the levels that I have, over sort of 40 miles per gallon on certain trips, sort of averaging general tanks of sort of 350 to 400 miles. This one's 390 miles I got out of it. Is really good, and it just makes it more usable and livable. and a lot of enhancements from my previous car, and a lot of equipment as standard. You know, auto hold, auto park brake. It's a really nice feature for me to get used to, and it's a really well equipped car, and I really couldn't thoroughly recommend it enough. But yeah, that's a bit about my spec of my Golf R. Pretty much standard, really. And towards the end of the life, they added a few things as standard, like sat nav and heated seats and stuff, as I mentioned. And it's such a great car. I really couldn't be happier with it. And I'm really happy that you guys have kind of subscribed and got into the channel, and you know, it means a lot, and I'm really glad you're kind of enjoying the content that I'm producing. But yeah, that's it. Bit around the spec. Let me know what you think about my car. What's your opinion of it? Do you think these kind of cars should be a bit more, they should stand out more? Should you get it in like Lapis blue? I know you can get it I'm never going to remember the name of the colour, but it's sort of like a gold type colour, which does stand out a little bit more. Maybe even red stands out a bit more. I know in the 7s you can get Oryx white as well, which was like a pearlescent white. Looked really, really nice. You can also obviously spec it with panoramic roof, and you can go to town, and it depends what you want in a car. But for me, this ticked a lot of boxes, and yeah, I couldn't be happier that I'm in it. But yeah, that was it. Little bit of a idea around the spec of my car. I've probably gone into it on sort of very earlier videos, probably about a year ago, but I never really went into it in as much detail as I probably felt I should have done. Also taking advantage of the fact that I've just cleaned the car, so the wheels, which I haven't actually mentioned actually. So standard, it's got it's 18-inch Cadiz wheels. You can get Pretorias and 19-inch as an option. I love the 18-inch, the diamond cut. Can cause some problems, but they look really good and really, really shiny as well. When the car's shiny, those wheels looking shiny, you know, it's really, really good. Yeah, that's it. Not really much else to say, but other than, you know, thanks very much for subscribing. Thank you so much for the views and the likes for the video. And, you know, if you've enjoyed this, give it a like and drop a comment on what you think about my car and the Golf R in general. You know, how would you spec your car? Again, for me, obviously, money is an object. You don't live in a world where money's no object. And this had a great balance between price and what you could get. And yeah, fantastic car. Please subscribe if you want to see more content on my Golf R. Plenty more to do on the ownership, and yeah, I'm sure you will enjoy it. But thanks very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you next time. Cheers, guys.